Killarney. Many years ago, me mither sang this song to me in tones so sweet and low. Just a simple little... Oh, here it is, everybody. Michael Jackson, J-Hope, Chrome is here. Deathlord, hee. Well, Michael Jackson, hee. TKD, Ezio, Omar, Connor, Mega, Anthony, Michael Tannic, Cyber Demon. I'm trying to keep up. Sonya, Mila, Wolverine, Madara, The Sage, Leslie, Darkslaver, Hinata, Annie, JJ, Nina, Gone, Nacho Dragon. The Mad Prophet is not yet dead. Jacob's here. Excuse me, Hyper Ninja. Good to see everybody. Well, I'll probably have to mention this a few times during the stream. But the reason I put this, my plan today is, as you guys see, we're going to do 3 streams in a row. That's obviously in the title here. We're going to do a short anime chat here. Then there will be a quick break. I got to get the PS4 stuff set up for streaming. And we're going to go to Call of Duty only because I don't know how many of you actually have been with us that long. But for those of you who don't know, the channel started with me playing. The entire channel started with Call of Duty gameplays because I sucked so hard at it. And I loved it so much, but I was so bad at it. So now that we moved the PlayStation 4 up here, I was playing a little WWII last night. And it's like, okay, I got to play some of this with the gang again just for old time's sake. Plus, even though I still suck, I still ended up really enjoying it. And surprisingly, those of you who've been with us since the start, I would go several matches in a row with no kills. I got 4 kills. I mean, I had 28 deaths, but I had 4 kills in a round. So I'm going to play some of that, and then there will be a quick break while I reset up, and we're going to play some more Kingdom Hearts. I don't know how good an idea moving this PS4 up here this close to me was, because it's kind of getting me addicted to gaming again. And which isn't a bad thing, except, I would never change, obviously, I wouldn't change the content we have here or take out content we have here. It's just that it's going to make it more difficult to do things like the, if I get too hooked up in gaming, to do the old white man dramatic readings and the minute roast again and stuff. But that freaking Kingdom Hearts really suckered me back in again. Let's see. Just like 10 minutes ago. Good to see 816. Yeah, Diet Pepsi. That's my go-to drink right there. Please try to molest some 8-year-olds on voice chat. Oh, we could do that chat. I didn't even think about that, Lude. That used to be fun while I was playing too. Is screwing with people on the voice chat. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we might have to do that too. Do a stream where a team of little kids calls you a gay old faggot. Typically, well, you guys know that stuff I'm actually pretty good at. I've made more than one squeaker quit because they'll come in, like you say, with oh, what are you, a faggot, and stuff like that. And if you talk to them in kind of a golden voice and stay really serious and don't break character about the things that you're going to do to their family, they leave. Yeah, fuck you, Train. Indeed, Hinata. If you're not addicted to something unhealthy, you're not alive. Pretty much, Nacho. I think you're right. I think you're right. You're not really living. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's see. I brought the... Tristan says, COD BL4 is a waste of time because the guns are cool but has no campaign and it's just multiplayer for $60. It's literally DLC for BL3. That's what I've heard, Tristan. I just found out about that Black Ops 4 doesn't have campaign. Now, I'm not a campaign player. I just like online. But that's still horse shit. Why would you release... I mean, again, to your... particularly at this point, what would be a loyal audience if you're still with the Call of Duty series, why would you not include something that's been such an integral part of the entirety of it? That's horseshit. And doesn't it have, Tristan, I'm not sure if I'm right on this, doesn't it go into not necessarily the space elements again, but don't you have like superpowers and stuff? I fucking hate that. I just want to play a goddamn war game. That's when I started dropping off of Call of Duty, is when they started making the hyper jumps and all that horse shit. It's like, I know where Halo is in the gaming section if I want to play Halo. Why are you trying to be fucking Halo? That's pissed me off to no end. This one, this World War II isn't too bad. I've only played it a little. I don't even know all the maps yet, and the ones I have been on, I don't have memorized at all, so it makes it even worse, my gameplay. But I'm addicted to being a dick. I don't think it's curable. Dark Slifer says, don't even try and cure it. Everett, to make more money. Yeah, you're probably right, Everett. Yeah. I just, again, and it doesn't even affect me because I didn't play the campaigns, but that's bullshit. I mean, you have a sizable share of your audience that was a really big deal for, and you're just like, oh, well, fuck you. And like Everett says, as a cash grab, I'm sure. Much more of a fan of Battlefield myself. Always fun to talk with people on COD. I have to admit, Lude, I've always been a COD player. I played Battlefield, and Battlefield is the superior game in my opinion. Why I never switched over, I don't know, other than I was already hooked on Call of Duty when I discovered Battlefield is the only excuse I can make, because certainly as a war game, there's no question that Battlefield's superior. I agree with you. It's actually bizarre that, again, I never made the switch. And I'm going to try 2 today. And I think we'll be able to. Well, the 2 gaming streams will go up on the channel for sure, and I'm going to try and leave this one up on the channel too. I'm just getting, you know what, and I can't allow myself to get too lax, but I'm just getting so tired of the fights with YouTube. I really am, you guys. And it's just like, you know what, if we say fuck too many times, or you don't like one of the jokes we make or something, you want to give me a community guideline strike, have a good time. I don't care. I think I get frustrated too because now we have the goosh, and so I think it gets frustrating because I can make those goosh videos and say whatever I want. I don't have to be monitoring what I'm saying. I don't have to be thinking about what I'm saying. If I'm watching one of the booby anime, I can describe in vivid detail what I want to do to those girls and no concerns. And then you come back over to YouTube and it's like, oh wait, I can't say that word. Oh, I probably better hadn't say this. It just gets old. Wolverine's still waiting for the Compton/Cincinnati Zoos DLC. That would actually be funny, Dark Slayer. Dark Slayer says, damn, YouTube won't let me send 92 cents. I should mention for anybody that isn't in the streams all the time, long story, but on a live stream, when we had Mark Bark, the psycho, the legendary psycho of the channel in here, when he was here making his wild accusations, one of them had to do with our live streams and how much money they make me. So we went in, and I showed it to everybody live, because I didn't know what it was. And we looked at the most recent live stream at that time that had gone up onto the channel to see what it earned in ad revenue. 92 cents. and that's what Lifer is referring to there. Fat Naro says, sorry, I'm broke. No worries, pal. Read next post. Hey, since your reactions are on Vimeo now, can we see your reaction to the final Naruto opening and ending? I haven't made a reaction to the final Naruto opening and ending. I mean, it doesn't exist. To episode 61, Fat Nora says, also, I think you're safe to do FMAB on YouTube because Bone Studio only goes after reactions to episode 61. I wonder what episode 61 is. We're going to find out shortly, Fat Naro. Yeah, because the plan is, with FMAB, for anybody wondering, I'm just going to make the standard reaction video, post it to YouTube, and see what happens, and we'll play it by ear from there. I can't imagine myself, I got to figure something out, because I can't imagine myself going forward like this. This is just such a pain in the ass, having to upload them, to Vimeo, and then, upload just the intro, outro to YouTube and everything. I don't ever want this to get to where I can't enjoy watching the videos, because that's what it's all about to begin with. So I'm hoping, and I have hopes, that FMAB is going to be okay, because as Fetnaro said, I see there's a lot of videos up of it, and obviously it's dubbed, because that does seem to be the bugaboo for a lot of the production companies, is they don't like the subs up there. And again, I'll keep mentioning it during the stream, and you guys can as well, to one another. These streams are going to be back to back to back today. So if you got a notification for this one and you want to watch later, you want to watch the Call of Duty gameplay and the Kingdom Hearts gameplay, just be forewarned, they're coming right up, because there's a real good chance you won't get another notification. Tristan said, no, it is boots on the ground. Oh, BL4 is? Okay, good. Activision is so money hungry you can't buy the map packs individually anymore. If you want any extra content, you have to buy the season pass for an extra 90. What the fuck? Holy shit, because they weren't making enough? Wow, that's fucking brutal. But see, I don't believe in that business model. I don't think that works. Just what Tristan's outlined, I think more people are likely to just say, fuck it, I won't buy the DLC then. It's just like I've always said, the NFL ticket always struck me as a clusterfuck too, because to buy the NFL ticket, for those of you who don't know, if you want to watch every NFL game, you only get your regional games on the networks. Well, if you want to watch them all, you can buy NFL ticket. Last I knew it was like, I don't know, $270 or something for the season. If they sold them game by game, they would make so much more. Because I don't buy that thing. Fuck you. I'm not spending that. And it's not even the money. It's the principle. I'm not spending that much money to watch extra football games. It's not that big a deal to me. And I've been an NFL fan since I was 5. But if you made them individual games, I would say, okay, you're going to charge me, what, 6, 7, probably even $10. If my team isn't on this week locally, I'll pay that. I think that's a horrible, and it's basically the same thing what Tristan's talking about. I think it's a horrible business model, not from the consumer's standpoint, the consumer as well, but from the company's standpoint. COD will add mechas one day, I swear. Probably will, Nacho. Probably will. And that's what really turned me off. And I always enjoyed Call of Duty so much. As bad as I am, I always liked it. And then they started with this double jump horse shit and these weird fucking sci-fi guns. And again, like I said, it's like we already got Halo. If we wanted to play this game, we would have bought Halo. We wanted to play Call of Duty. Look for my chat. This won't let me go over. Oh, won't let you go over 50. Oh god damn it! I had it, Michael, and it slid right down on me. There it is. My package had arrived yesterday. It was a fleshlight, and it is good. So now I don't need to use Braxton anymore. By the way, I will stop eating this goddamn banana and kick your ass. That was one of my. I liked that video, Michael, even better than I have to admit that I like punching a monkey in the face. I don't know why in that video that he's talking about, I will stop eating this goddamn banana and kick your ass. That video was a little sketch video Spaz Kid and I did, Brax and I did. And it was one of those things that just came up completely off the cuff. We were sitting around doing nothing. I said, hey, I got an idea for a funny video. Come on. We ran out in the kitchen and made that. That was might be my very favorite one of the sketch comedy we did. I really liked the intentionally cringy Good Candy. But I think I'm going to stop eating this banana and kick your ass might be my favorite. I'm a Ravens fan in Illinois. I'm just kind of fucked with that. Well, Darkslaver, I'm with you regionally because I'm in upstate New York. NFL is Cowboys. Major League Baseball is Pirates, although I do root for the Yankees in the American League. NBA is the Bucks. And, of course, my most favorite sport of all is college football, and that's Notre Dame. So you're in the right place for me. Yeah, it's probably a good thing you don't watch opening and ending songs or your reactions because those get pulled easily. Oh, yeah. So they're from actual bands to try and protect their IP. Yeah, Chrome. That definitely. There's within the reactions, that's why there's never openings and endings. And I understand why they're protective of that. That's a whole different element of fair use then when you're talking about somebody's song segmented from the show. Yeah, absolutely. Those. And that's understandable why they come after those. Oh, I didn't know that because I never played enough Halo. Tristan says, "LOL, Halo's map packs are free. COD is cash grab." I didn't know that. See, I think again, just my opinion, and I'm not talking just from the consumer element. I mean, from the company's perspective, I think that's a better business model. I think you do. To me, it just doesn't make sense to make things so pricey that you leave too many people out. I don't think the people that can afford to pay $90 for the entire season pass will ever amount to more total monetarily than it would if you could buy things off the rack, pick and choose. Chicago Jayhawk, Trubisky about to lead my Bears to the promised land. You might have a good quarterback there. I like that. The kid impressed me in college, Mitch Trubisky. My son-in-law is a huge Bears fan too. I tell you, the Bears might be pretty decent this year. Let's see. Curtis, just want to let you know for later. Chrome says, where could I potentially send you videos to show you a kind of animatic thing that I'm making for you later in development. What Chrome, are you on? Isn't that terrible? I can't keep all the different social media things I have straight. The things I check the most are the Goosh messages and Twitter. If you can get at me at either one of those are great places to hit me. Let's see. Mega says, Curtis, here's what we do if YouTube doesn't notify for the Kingdom Hearts stream. We hijack Train Sama, ride it to YouTube Corp. We all barge into Susan's office and hold her hostage so we get our notifications. Well, Mega, it won't work because she'll just sit there and go, we sent them, you didn't get them? Because that's what they tell you every time you complain. Oh no, we sent them out. It's not YouTube, it's all of us. We're having this mass infinite Tsukuyomi dream all together because they're sent out. YouTube told us they are. It's on Twitter and Discord. Yeah, Twitter's a good place to reach me. Constant on Twitter and Discord. But again, those are the ones I see the most often is any messages I get on Twitter or from the Goosh. Jayhawk says, I feel the Bears have been underrated by national media. Yeah, but it makes sense considering how deep the NFC North is. Each team has at least a decent quarterback. Yeah, I agree, Jayhawk. Although I did see an article the other day, and my memory, I won't be able to tell you where. Somebody was given, it wasn't a regional article from your area, but one of the national writers was saying that they were a sleeper. They were a real sleeper pick. I wish I could remember where it was. I'd tell you could go look up the article, but again, it was a national writer. Let's see. Milog says, hey, Ballman, I mentioned Hunter x Hunter episode 35 some months ago before you started watching. 35 is where you may get a new word for the vocabulary. Okay, sounds good to me. Suan says, live streams are good, so we got to know more about you. Yeah, I like doing live streams. That Suan, I've always loved doing them for that reason. They're just so personal. I like that. You think anyone knew that Obito was an Uchiha when he was wearing the mask given his eye? He was wearing the mask given his eye. Oh, I'm sure some people lean that way, Joel. Yeah, I'm sure. School Shooter Simulator is the best first-person shooter game there is. Hey, just realized now that we're doing some gaming streams again, any thoughts on doing the new Naruto game or MHA game coming out? The Naruto one lets you play through Naruto as your own character. I heard about that. Excuse me. I haven't really thought about it, Chrome, just because this is, like I said, I just started getting hooked into this again yesterday, so I haven't really had a lot of thoughts of it other than that I started because I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts again. And then again today, because I played some Call of Duty last night, it's like I gotta share this with the guys because this is so freaking bad. To hell with Pro Ball College all the way and fuck ND. The time will roll over, the War Eagle will fly. You know what, Everett? We all gotta watch out for is goddamn Clemson again. Clemson's gonna be fucking loaded again, god damn it. Yeah, I tell you, even Bama, got to be careful of Clemson. Although, one of the national, I think it was SI Sports Illustrated, one of the big college beat writers, put out his top odds of teams to make it to the playoff, and of course, he had Bama first, Clemson second. I forgot who, maybe Georgia. I forgot who was third, but Notre Dame fourth. I was surprised. Nacho says, some friends and I are thinking of setting up a podcast. We're currently in the how the fuck do we set this shit up stage. I say anything anybody wants to do like that, Nacho. I'm always a big supporter of that. Anything you want to do that's creative like that and fun, absolutely you should do it. You know what I think I did? Hold on, let me look at something. I think I fucked this stream up too. Yes, I did. I don't think it'll save if I change. I completely forgot to change this from gaming to comedy. Oh, it is changing it now. Hopefully it'll change on the stream as it's out there. I completely forgot about that. Because that's why we don't have as many people coming in. I had it under the wrong category. God damn it. How long did it take you to learn how to hypnotize people correctly? Chupa Chug says. It's a difficult question to answer, too, because to do a basic induction didn't take me long at all. As far as correctly to where I... Put it this way, when I do, and I'm not trying to be braggadocious here or anything, it's just facts. I have a very, very, very high rate of induction when I do a hypnosis show. And when I got to that point, when I had learned enough about hypnosis and enough trial and error that I had this high rate of induction, percentage rate of induction, well, it was a number of years. I mean, it was a lot of trial and error. I first learned, for any of you who don't know, when I used to do stand-up comedy for a living, guy I would cross paths with was a magician, and he used to do hypnosis as well. He's the first one that taught me a little bit about induction. He was one of these guys, he was just doing it for the gimmickry of it. He didn't even know why it worked. Somebody else had just shown it to him, and I wanted to learn. I've always been fascinated by the brain and how it works. And so back then, it was tough to find any information on it. I read whatever I could, but most things I had to learn through trial and error on how hypnosis works. Now, a whole new world has opened up with all the studies that have been done by researchers, so helped us out a lot. But anyway, it was years before I got to where I really could hit, and I get a good solid 30 to 35% of the people really deep when I do them. After that, I've got another 50% that are hypnotized, not as deeply under or not as somnambulistic, but certainly hypnotized enough to make it fun and entertaining. And then maybe 10 to 15% that just don't get hypnotized, which will always happen for a variety of reasons. Typically, it's just they're just actually not that focused on allowing it to take place. But those are really high numbers. So to get to those high numbers, it was years. It doesn't have to be years for you, though, if you're somebody thinking about getting into it, because, again, the information that's out there now just absolutely dwarfs the information that we had about it when I began. Hopefully that answers your question. Tristan says, also turns out Urban Meyer and Gene Smith did actually report the incident in 2015. They did. I didn't see that. Authorities knew and were investigating. However, cops didn't detain him like they should have. Oh, I hadn't heard that, Tristan. Oh, maybe Urban will keep his job. Yeah, I hadn't. As a matter of fact, that had almost fallen off my radar. I haven't really been keeping up on the whole Urban thing. I'll have to read up on that later this evening then, because I haven't been following that close. Glenn says, Clemson sounds like either a trashy British last name or a fancy redneck name. Fancy redneck. They're in South Carolina, yeah. That's good. I like that. Let's see who else is here. Are you ever going to do a reaction stream on YouTube again? Why did you stop? Reaction streams on YouTube, you're confusing me. Oh, you're talking about just the reaction video streams? The reason we stopped was I generally never had enough time to do them. They'd gotten so popular that I had to have 2.5 hours just to do a reaction video stream. They may never come back because under this new content ID system, even watching those short clips that we watched during those streams, there's a real good chance that the ID system's snagging something. And if it does, not only will the channel get a strike, but because it gets a strike while we're live streaming, our live streaming ability will be shut down for weeks. So I don't know if I can afford to do them anymore. Nacho says, if you hypnotize me and I start masturbating in front of you, I'll give you a link to let you know I'm not really hypnotized. That's good, Nacho. Hold on, I want to make sure I got yours, Tristan. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any in between. Whole thing is really weird. Lots of misdirection. Yeah, I'll have to read up more on it. Because I didn't do it on purpose, but I did kind of fall off following that. The thing that you got to worry about too now, Tristan, because particularly the way the current climate is around such things, and again, everybody's so on edge about any type of impropriety along those lines at all. Is there going to be an avenue where the university is going to be able to allow him to stay on? Even if the facts point to that, because there'll be so many people questioning it. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Kind of surprised YouTube still lets COD streams stay up given how fascist they are with being family friendly. Yeah, I am surprised. And COD being kind of an orchestra of kiddies calling each other fat, gay, and fat. Yeah, you're right, Chrome. And the thing is that who knows how long that'll last. You could very well be right. That could be one of the next things to go. I would be so happy the Bucks played ND. Be a good NDs should, and again, games aren't played on paper. However, on paper, they should be really good this year. I think they have one of the best, if not the best, linebackers in the country, Tavon Coney. The secondary should be way improved. They've got a really, really good secondary now. Defensive line's good. It's not one of the best in the country, but it's good. And they've got a couple of decent edge rushers now, which they haven't had in a while. And the offense all swings as Winbush swings. But if he, he did work his ass off in the offseason. If he comes back more accurate, they could be really good this year. God damn it. Michael Jackson says, check Twitter. I made you something nice. Okay, I'll go to it quick. I generally try not to bounce around too much because I miss too much in the streams. I try and keep everything here, but I'll go look real quick. I've always been fascinated by the brain. Flashbacks to 20-year-old chair and shovel shots. Yeah, Dark Slifer. Actually, it's funny though. You talking about that, Lifer? All the reading up I've done on how the brain works and stuff like that. At least it gives me, for whatever it's worth, an understanding, or more of an understanding of why what happened to me. Although I got to admit, when the doctor initially told me that this post-concussion would wreak havoc with my short-term memory, but not really bother my long-term memory, I was like, bullshit. Memory is memory. I don't, it's not that defined. But he was 100% right. But since I've read up on that, and I think I have a better understanding of why, but initially I thought, nah, no way. That's that's too fine a divining line, but it wasn't too fine at all. Okay, hold on. Let me see what's going on Twitter real quick. This. That's a good one. Yeah, that's pretty much me right there. I'll put that one in my fan art file. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, god damn it. I always put whoever made it for me, I put their name on the file. Put it okay. I have another one too. I'll have to show it to you guys sometime. Somebody else made me one. Excuse me. One of me is Thanos. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss any super chats. No, we're good. You could do react streams on the Curtis Candy channel you streamed on the last time you lost the ability to stream here. That way, nope, not anymore. Gone. They took that away. If your channel doesn't meet certain standards for views and watch hours over the last year, you can't live stream anymore. Fortunately, the last time that happened here, that rule wasn't in effect yet, so we had that backup. Now there's no fail-safe. If the streams get knocked down here, they're done until we're allowed back here. Prism says, my memory used to be good. Now all of a sudden I forget the simplest shit. I like to joke that all the head injuries I've gotten have finally caught up to me. I tell you, Prism, for me, it's an everyday ongoing battle. Some days are better than others. Well, you guys see it because I make videos every day, and I'm sure you guys see some days the words will come to me a lot easier than they do others. But again, I was warned that would be the case. Curtis, honestly, wouldn't be surprised if a lot of YouTubers made their way over to BitChute to post their videos eventually. They actually seem to support creators and help them instead of screw them. BitChute, I'm not even familiar with that one, Chrome. I've been so far I've been really happy with Vimeo. Yeah, for the same reason. They seem to really take care of you. And as far as their copyright thing, they do it the way I like. It's like, and they tell you right in, if you go over to Vimeo and look up how to file a copyright claim, they'll tell you right on there. If you file the proper form, was it DCMA form, DMCA form, they will take appropriate action if they believe your copyright has really been violated. And basically what they're saying is, if not, go to court. That's how copyright's supposed to work. It's not supposed to be, we'll just throw an auto block up on it. And if the creator comes back and says, well, listen, I know I was using their material. That's not the question, as I said to them. But I'm using it within fair use. That's the issue. And YouTube goes, nah, fuck it. That's complicated for us. Oh, Wolverine. Stephen Hawking is a failure. He never got a leg up. For those of you who don't know, again, it was couple months ago now, we went on a Stephen Hawking bender. Where, Edgar got that started, right, guys? It was Edgar, of Stephen Hawking jokes, and ever since then they haven't stopped yet. Nacho says these live streams get pinned down and forcibly entered. Like that. I'll follow you to Twitch. Yeah, it's good that we have that Twitch account in the back pocket. I'm hoping not to. I just was not impressed with Twitch the times I utilized it, so I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, but you can never be sure with YouTube anymore. Again, this stream, I'm hoping to keep this stream up today, and certainly the 2 gaming streams will stay up. Lix has got the right idea. Let's all go to Pornhub. Let's all go to Pornhub. No, like I said, Gone. I can't stream on the Curtis Candy channel. They took away stream. If you don't have the minimum amount of views and time watch over the last year that allows you to monetize, you also cannot live stream from those channels. So I don't have any other channels because YouTube basically made it to where they were useless to me, so I abandoned them. I don't have any other channels that meet those requirements. It's only this one. I'm not as bad as you with the memory. Prism says it's still mostly good. I just occasionally forget faces and words. The other day I had to point at someone because I couldn't remember the word you. With me, it's usually specific nouns. It's usually names that escape me the most commonly. The Candy Pornhub channel. Father Spaz will make the boy a choir boy. Yeah. Maz makes a good point. If these kinds of copyright laws were a thing in the past, we would have missed out on plenty of literature. Hell, half of the stories about King Arthur were basically fan fiction using other people's IP. Yeah, good point. Excellent point. And again, this, on one side, I do understand why YouTube puts the auto block thing up there. In some cases, it works well and protects people. But like most things they do, it's a blanket. And if you point out that there are folds in that blanket, there are ruffles, there are rips in that blanket, like, okay, now you're allowing Japanese companies to circumvent our copyright system because they don't like it. YouTube's just like, yeah, but you know what? If we just ignore it, that's easier for us. So that's basically what you get. Curtis Tube, yeah. YouTube equals fucking shit. Cesaro just laid it right out on the line. What would you say if some don't like SSJ4? I would say everybody's got their own opinions. You think the Hyuga would have helped the Uchiha if they knew they were related? Joel says. Certainly wouldn't have hurt, you would think. You know, having that clan connection, you would think. Excuse me. So you're going to start new anime? If so... Oh, you mean on the YouTube channel? Yeah, that we decided that, months ago when Shippuden ends its Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. As long as, of course, the videos go up okay. I'm excited for the new Dragon Ball movie. Yes, Tristan, I'm hoping to get caught up on Super beforehand, though. I'd really like to, have that information locked in before I watch it. But yes, I am. What I've seen of GT, I liked it. But I'm easy to please, but I liked it. I know a lot of people hate it. I liked it. Excuse me. Omega, you gotta go? All right. See you on the next Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, it'll be right after this, Mega. I'll be going to, I think I told you, I'll be going to Call of Duty for a little while, and then it'll be Kingdom Hearts. So just check in with the channel every so often, because odds are you getting, what the odds are you getting a notification. Nacho says, I bang my head on things all the time. My memory is perfectly fine. What was I talking about? Yeah. The next step, Nacho, the next step after you get to that, can't remember what you're talking about stage, and I'm speaking from experience, next you'll get to the shiny things distract you stage. It'll be like you're having like something like this. You'll be having a perfectly good conversation, and this will glint in the light or something. You'll be like, oh. And that's it, and you're done for the next 20 minutes or so. Yeah, Philip, I was telling the gang earlier, this might be dangerous having this goddamn PS4 sitting right here next to me now, because last night I was editing video and took an unscheduled break and started playing some Call of Duty World War II, and I still suck ass, not surprising to anybody, and I got thinking I got to play a little bit more of this channel, if only for old time's sake, because, again, of course, that's how the channel started. Let's see, you better give... what was that, Piccolo? I was reading Piccolo a new transformation. Yo, they better give Piccolo a new transformation in the new Broly movie because he's been slept on since the Buu arc. I need the Piccolo that was able to scare Vegeta out of Super Saiyan. Yeah, Piccolo is a great character. He really is. Gaming, but not really. Yeah, I agree with you. Everett says, I do hope the Final Four you said comes true. I want to watch us win. If we lose, I'll have to commit seppuku. What's more useless than Sakura? Stephen Hawking's legs. What do you think about CSA flag removal from battlefields and monuments? For me, I understand some of the sentiment behind it, but I'm not a proponent of removing historical objects. Just my take on it. I understand that to some people those things are offensive and they represent something to them that's certainly oppressive and somewhat horrific, but I think having those statues out there reminds people of something that was wrong in the past as well. And the easiest path to repeating something we've done wrong in the past is to forget about when it had happened prior. So I'm not for the removal of them myself, but yeah, the Final Four I said. Well, that's what they had predicted. I think those are the top four. I forgot who was three. I think it was Georgia, but I know it was Bama, Clemson, the number 3, and Notre Dame was 4th as far as odds to make the championship. Because I was really surprised to see ND up that high. They're ranked in the coaches poll, I think 11th. Let's see. If you had to choose, Tommy Fisher says, if you had to choose, would you be a member of Class 1A from My Hero Academia or a member of the Hidden Leaf Village from Naruto? Ooh, just because it's a more age-diverse group, it would be Hidden Leaf in Naruto. And it's because I look at things, of course, out of the eyes of a 56-year-old man, and I'd be trying to grab Tsunade's titties. And we'd invite Lady Misukage over for dinner, and then I would try and grab her titties. That's what we would be doing in the Leaf. That would be my rules. Where does he go to 79? Same place it's been since it was posted under a copyright strike. That should be coming off. Well, I can tell you. Because this was another one of those obvious bullshit strikes, because I immediately appealed it. I can tell you when it's coming off. I obviously appealed it, and they did not even respond to my appeal, which means that this unknown Asatsu DK is the name of the production company. This unknown, or if it is a production company, this company, whatever they are, just put it up there to try and take it down for a couple weeks because they know it's within fair use, but they just wanted to be a pain in the ass. Counter notification forwarded. There has been no response. If the claimant doesn't respond by August 13th, it gets reinstated. So in 2 days, it's usually late in the day that they do that, but in 2 days, Egotus 79 should be able to be up at the YouTube channel. It's already up at the Goosh, but it should be able to be up at the YouTube channel in 2 days when that strike is taken away. Call of Duty Championship is here in Columbus. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, coming right up this week, 17th, 19th. That's cool. Surprisingly, they didn't invite me again. You know, you think a guy that, like I did yesterday, comes in cold on a map he doesn't know and is still able to go 4-28. I should be in the finals, I would think. Hey, Shadow Dragon, good to see you, pal. Say silk 5 times. Spell it 4, say it 3 more times, and answer this question. What do cows drink? Okay. Silk, 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 silk. S-I-L-K, 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 silk, silk, silk. What do cows drink? Typically water. The cows I know. I was supposed to say milk, wasn't I? Okay. We see, the teasers like that don't work if your brain's already damaged. My brain is so damaged it wouldn't have put those two things together anyway. I like that, though. I'll have to try that as fast as I can, see if that works. Who, in my opinion, is the hottest female in Naruto gaming, but not really, says? Well, so we're talking who would be my waifu? See, it's limited for me because, again, most of the females are so young, and that look doesn't. old, so that look doesn't do anything for me. So my waifu in Naruto is Lady Misukage. I just think, I think she's hot. Get it? Because she's lava. And, yeah, I think she's hot. Yep. It's the good old Lady Misukage. Followed closely by Orochimaru. I kind of want to bang him too. Technically, you're supposed to say silk. I think. Is it? I don't even know, Darkside. I'm just assuming what they were trying to get us after. In saying silk again. Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was supposed to. It was similar enough that it was supposed to make me say milk since they give milk. My cows drink sake. Hinata says. What do you think you could do at this point that could piss off the Naruto rears off the most? Besides not posting the Naruto film. Jeez, I don't know. What could we do, Chrome? I could post a video of something like, I don't know, why Pain was full of shit or something like that, I guess. Sam says, I drove an hour to GameStop to pre-order Black Ops 4 for my PS4. Wait, they put it down, or Xbox fucking one. Who the hell even plays that? Halo fanboys. Oh, you're supposed to say milk. That's what I figured, gaming, but not really. I'll have to try it. I'll try and specify it. Of course, I think it's easier to avoid that trap because I got to read it rather than have somebody say it to me. I think it's easier to avoid that trap that way. But I'll have to try. Well, again, my memory. I was gonna say, but I'll try. If I can remember, I'll try it on Specs. He's not here right now. My grandkids just got back from vacation, and my wife, mom, and Specs Kid went over to see them. Now, actually, I want to now this is up to you guys. I'm going to let and get your response. I was going to make a standalone video about it, but nah, I'd rather talk to you guys because it's in the stream here as always our little core group. Anyway, I have what I think is a really cool story that tells you a lot about my wife and what she's like. Really, really impressed me, and it just happened a couple days ago. If you guys would like an app, I mean, this is real life stuff, a real heartfelt story. I'll tell it to you. You guys tell me in here if you want to hear it or nah, it's something you don't want to do. Everett says the people are so stupid they don't even know what all the battle flags are. The national flags. They think the Naval Jack battle flag of North Virginia or the battle flag Tennessee. I believe all Civil War flags represent both sides falling. Yes, that I've heard too, Everett, and that does annoy me. I don't have a problem with somebody. I am assuming this is just what you're getting at too. I don't have a problem with someone having an issue with those statues, with those monuments, whatever, those flags being up, if you actually understand everything that they stand for and the meaning behind them. When you only say, "Oh no, he's from the South and they wanted slaves," then go fuck yourself. But that's unfortunately in any situation here in America, that's unfortunately the case typically. People make knee-jerk reactions and knee-jerk opinions based on jack shit. Lex tell us. Lex says yes. Gone says tell us. Well, I don't know if I'll have dedicated time for a dedicated video to it, but I would tell you guys the story if you wanted to see it. Yeah. Girls like blackjack. I'm always going for 21, but end up with 14. I've heard that one before, brother E. It'll help with the Curtis anime. Sakura is literally the legs of the Naruto verse in Hawkins. Since wouldn't you say? Let's see. You want spoiled kids to have the well-rounded opinion instead of thinking they're revolutionaries. Exactly, Chrome. Exactly. Revolutionaries don't have time with backing up their actions and thoughts with fact. Yes, you're 100% right. Big Green, want to hear it? Want to know what's worse than the Kaguya arc? The notification system, because bitch, this thing doesn't even exist. Haven't gotten a notification in weeks now. Yeah, it's complete garbage, Cesaro. No matter how many times they try and tell us that they've got it working or this works or that works, it doesn't. Well, here's the deal. My wife, for those who don't know, works in a senior citizens home, an assisted living for senior citizens. Now, the other day, they had an outing planned to an Indian casino down about an hour down the road. Now, my wife and a couple other of the employees there were going to take several of the seniors out, and of course, it's it's a lot of responsibility. They're in assisted living homes. They don't get around that well. A lot of them have medical issues. Well, there's one older man there, who's on oxygen, a really decent amount of oxygen. And he came to my wife and he said, and he generally doesn't get to go on the outings because it's difficult. He said, "Do you think there's any way I could go on that? I would love to go on this outing. I would just like to go to the casino, blah, blah, blah." And my wife's a very big-hearted person. First donation wanted to be special. Here's my son. Well, thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And my wife is a very big-hearted person. And so she came home. She's like, "I got to figure a way to get him there. I can't tell him no." And there were other employees there that were like, "Oh, but it's going to be such a pain in the ass because he uses so much oxygen. You're going to have to bring a bunch of tanks, so they have to be changed pretty regularly for him and everything." And my wife's like, "No, well, whatever I got to do." She said, "I'll bring my wife said she was going to bring her own van because then she could stack them the way they needed to be stacked, blah, blah, blah. And she would take care of him along with the people that she was responsible for, go back and forth with his oxygen, the whole nine." Well, so she did, of course. Now, my wife has been battling. She's got to go to the doctor tomorrow. She's been battling a pain in her foot. I think she might have plantar fasciitis, but her foot's really bad. So now she brought this man here. You know, it was just more responsibility for her. Back and forth to her van to get him oxygen tanks as he needed, or you can't carry them around the casino with you, as he needed more. Spent the whole day taking care of her people. She didn't even really get to eat. They all had, ate at the buffet. My wife was busy doing things. Spent the whole day making sure that this man got to go too. He's one of the people too. She also felt for him. He has no family, none, ever comes and visits him. He doesn't know of any family he has. So anyway, long story short, she put a lot of effort into taking care of this man so he could go to the casino. Well, doesn't he end up winning $80? Now, I don't know how much time you guys spend around seniors. That's like winning the lottery. She said he was so happy. And she was telling me that she called me right before they left up there and we were chatting about it. She goes, "Oh my God," she said, "he's in the back of the van right now. He can't stop smiling. He's so happy he won his $80. They get back. She gets off work at 5:30. And that day I'm waiting for her to get home, and I texted her a couple times, no answer. I'm like, uh-oh, I hope everything's okay. We keep the tracker thing on our phone so we can track one another in case there ever is an emergency. I see she's still at work. It's like, so what's going on? Well, she doesn't get, still 7 o'clock, she doesn't get home. She calls me. About an hour after they got back from the casino, this old man collapsed. The EMTs were there trying to revive him, got him back a couple times. Long story short, he had a massive heart attack and died. I don't believe in the hereafter. I don't believe in life after death. But I know this, because of the way my wife is, and because of the way she looks at other people and looks at life in general, his last moments with no family or anything, but his last moments of this existence, for whatever it's worth, was happy. He won $80. He got to go out. He never gets to go out because it was too much trouble to deal with all those oxygen tanks and everything. So she hobbled around for hours on her feet all day with her foot as bad as it is to make sure this man got to go out. And he left this world a happy person because of the type of person she is. Now me, would I have done it? I don't know. To be honest with you, I have, believe it or not, I have compassion. I'm very harsh with people. If I think people are undeserving of compassion, they can go fuck themselves. I get to that point quick. Initially, I have compassion, but I don't know that I would have gone out of my way for that. I really don't. It was a lot of extra rigmarole, and I could picture myself possibly doing it. I could picture myself more likely saying, "You know what? Why don't you sit this one out? The casino is not a good place for you." But all I know, and again, I don't believe in the hereafter. So the last moments that this guy got to live were really, really special, and he got to win his $80 because of the person my wife is. And that's why sometimes opposites attract and opposites work so well together. But I thought I'd share that story with you guys. It impressed, and she doesn't think anything of it. She doesn't even think it was anything all that special. It's just what she does. But again, that old man got to shake off his mortal coil with a smile on his face instead of alone in his room with no family in a home because my wife was willing to go the extra mile to make somebody else feel good. Prism says Spaz Mom is easily on top 10 anime mom list. Do I like Wendy's? Gaming, but not really. Listen, you don't get to be this size without liking Wendy's, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, she's a pretty. I have to give her credit. I mean, she's a pretty special individual. Speaking of death, today I ran over 3 disabled children. Cripple kill. Oh, brother E. Oh, that was a joke. In my first donation because I don't have a special sign. I get it, Sam. That's cool. Yeah. She's a good sort, Chrome. She really is. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, pal. This is the assassination. That's our pal Steve. The Saints are going to be good. Saints might be good this year. Yeah, they might be good. Shadow Dragon says she's a Saint. Works a senior citizen home and then comes home to take care of you. You a senior citizen. It's like work 24/7. Yeah, pretty much, Shadow Dragon. Yeah, and I think some of the seniors have a better memory than do I. Well, I think I showed you guys that video before, hadn't I? The comedy video I did was one of my favorite bits. I talked about how we have disabled people in our home that we provide care for. So the state sends in inspectors every so often to make sure everything's up to code, and more than one of them have thought that I was the disabled person my wife provided care for. Nacho, I have plans to take my own life before I get to that state of living. Yeah, I don't know, Nacho. I see a lot of it because my wife goes through stuff too. I can't say for 100% I wouldn't take that route too. I don't know. I hate all 6 of my sons, Prism says. How are the Naruto watch times going? Pretty good, Devin. You guys have been doing a good job taking care of it. You know what my concern was because of channel health? If we post those minute 15 videos, minute 30 videos, and they're only getting like 10% watch time, the channel will just basically disappear from getting any type of sidebar recommendations or anything like that. You guys have kept them. At last I checked, the videos that are going up, the minute and a half videos, for the intro and the review of Naruto, you've kept them at about right around 55%. Believe it or not, on YouTube, 55% watch time is good. So basically, you guys are really helping me bridge the gap until we get to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and videos that will support themselves because people are there to watch the actual video that's up on the channel. So I appreciate that. If we can keep it over 50, I'll be happy with that. We only got, well, on the YouTube channel we have more because we're a couple days ahead on the Goosh. But on the Goosh today, what was it, guys? It was 494, right? Let me look. I think it was 494 we posted today. Yeah. So we only have 6 episodes left. By this time next week, Naruto will be done. So then we'll be on to FMAB. Wolverine says, Brax is special. He has the helmet to prove it, bro. But yes, I appreciate you guys taking care of those watch times for me. I can't remember. Does YouTube punish channel for long videos or short videos? It's changed throughout the years, Chrome. I don't think there's so much of a punishment now for your length of video. It's a punishment for just what I talked about for bad watch times. If people are only watching 10% of your video, which that I understand from their perspective, because they're saying, okay, if people come in and if your video's 30 minutes and they're watching 2, you're going to get dinged. If your video's a minute and a half and people are watching 10 seconds, you're going to get dinged. Because YouTube's take on that, and I can't argue that with them, is people aren't enjoying your videos. So why should we recommend you when people don't even like your videos when they come to see them? So that's... And I like the watch time thing, having that in our analytics, because it's a great way for me when I post something new or something to find out what you guys like. Because it's not always about views. That watch time is a really good indicator of if you guys are enjoying something or not. It's about overall watch time on the channel. Right. No, it is, Maz. Pretty much in practice it is. Yeah. I give them credit on that one. It does seem channel health does go right hand in hand with... Because the watch time videos... Now, you guys know the Naruto videos are long. They're all, typically between, 13 and 15 minutes or more. And the watch time on them stays up there nice. And that's probably why the channel has the health it does. But again, as long as you guys, while I have to post these short ones, you guys are really helping me get through till we're putting... And the watch time on the live streams will be fine too, but I don't think they watch that as closely. They watch more on the live streams that post to the channel, how many people were watching the stream. So I'll be posting them too. But once we get to FMAB, you guys will bridge that gap for me while we have to go about this horse shit, you know, with trying to watch the end of Naruto. Does YouTube punish channels for existing? Lurks asked. Yes, regularly. Richard says, Neji said to Naruto, everyone who is born is chosen for what they're going to be, and hard work means nothing. Hundreds of chapters later, jumps in front of a spike for a reincarnated god. Yeah, I'd had something like that, Richard, brought up to me before. You're right. You're right. That whole, I mean, really, that whole conversation between Neji and Naruto comes back in meaningfulness in a couple of ways, because, of course, there's the whole thing with Naruto not knowing that he was a reincarnation of some very powerful people all along as well. You don't like FMA, Alex? I'm really surprised. I rarely ever hear anything bad about FMA. Very rarely. Excuse me. Oh, the next DBZ abridged? Yeah. The day Naruto became Hokage, I both enjoyed and hated. Really, Prism? I'm probably going to try and watch that. I forgot to mention that before we jump into FMAB. Let's see. How old's Spaz Kid? He's 18. Gaming, but not really. He'll be going to school in under 2 weeks. I can't believe he's going to college. God damn. Let's see. Sam says, your voice has a welcoming, joyful tone that draws us to you. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. That's probably why you're a successful YouTube. Fuck you, you you gifted, wonderful, talented, amazing prick. Very nice of you to say, Sam. I appreciate that. I will say, I've had a lot of people tell me that I don't think anybody's a good judge of things about themselves. But it's fortunate that at least a lot of people think that my laugh is contagious, because I laugh so goddamn much. And I've said to you guys over and over. It's one of the reasons the whole reaction video thing fit with me well, is because I've always been very gregarious and very demonstrative about my emotions anyway, especially when watching something. But aside from that, I laugh easier and harder than pretty much anybody I've ever met. And it's just, I think it's just because my whole life I've loved laughing. I like to laugh. It makes me feel good. I like funny things. I've always liked funny things. I find humor in most anything. So it just kind of fits in my wheelhouse, this type of stuff. Nacho says, we're thinking of balancing YouTube and iTunes for our podcast. Long-term goal is to work only part-time, hopefully less in the future. That would be awesome. I hope it all works out for you, Nacho. Keep us posted. You know, again, I tell you guys all the time, if you guys are regular members here, and again, the only reason I put this precursor to it is because I don't want people coming here, drive by, and just dropping links in here. But all of you guys, you know, you're regular members of the streams here, regular members at the channel, even whatever the case may be, and you got a project or something going on, I have no problem with you guys laying down a link for it. I'll help you bring attention to it. So, but that's what I'm leading to, Nacho. When you get things put together, you know, come in here and lay some links down. Gone says, what did my date say when I tried to go down on her? Nothing. I already cut her head off. Jesus Christ, Gone. Gone's jokes, I like jokes, but Gone's jokes always are so, what's the word? They're so well put together. It's like there's no brum-dum to them. They're just hardcore slap you in the face jokes. I like that. Nothing. I already cut her head off. Hey, Soder. Let's see. Dark Clever says, your laugh is contagious. It made me laugh at a bridge series that I watched so much they bored me, is why I sub. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, seriously, that makes me feel good. I'm glad you guys feel that way, because, again, one thing I love to do is laugh. I always have. Gimster. Oh, you got to go. Thank you for all your support. Thank you, Gimster, and thanks for being in while you could. Brother E says, Mrs. Spaz is a very loving person, treats everyone with respect, and acts as a saint. So what does she get in return for all those deeds? A brain-dead husband or forced her to watch Goose Goose Shear? 100%. Brother, I can't argue that point at all. I'll tell you this. You guys want to know how bad it is? I met my wife many years ago. We worked at the same place. Now, at that time, there was no romantic relationship between us. We were actually both still in our first marriages all those years ago. So many years later, she still worked for the same place. I had moved on. The money there was shit. I had moved on. And when we started going out, a lot of people at her place of employment still knew me from having worked there before. No less than 6 different co-workers got her aside. Her boss took her out for a ride. They just, to go and have a chat, asking her if she knew what she was getting herself into, and if she really thought this was a good idea, especially with having a disabled daughter and everything. If she had thought about hooking up with somebody like me. That's the way I strike people. And she's such a sweetheart and such a good person. When they found out she was dating me, they were just like appalled. But yeah, you have to remember where we worked together was it's an association that works with disabled people, an ARC. That's what I was trying to think of. They provide services for disabled people, and I was a bus driver there, and that's where we worked together. Well, it was a very white collar ish, even though we were doing blue collar work, type work environment, with a certain level of decorum expected and stuff. And I don't fit there, especially back then. Believe it or not, guys, all those years ago, I was way more off the edge than I am now, and I just don't suffer fools well, and I do not even attempt to be tactful when dealing with people I don't like. So it's like real life Beauty and the Beast, pretty much, Brother E. It genuinely is. I can remember I was there the second day I was there. This is an absolute true story. It makes my wife cringe, but she'd back it up for you. Second day I'm there. As I said, I was driving a bus, so I worked a split shift. Well, the boss there, I won't get his last name. His first name was Chris. Good guy. I like Chris to this day. Always liked him. He says to me, hey, do you want some extra hours? He said, I can find stuff for you to do around here so you don't have to go home and come back. I said, fuck yeah, I want extra hours, make some extra money. He goes, yeah. He says, you want to just go wash buses or something? I was like, absolutely. So as he said this, one of the maintenance guys is coming by. And so Chris yells to him, calls me, and says, hey, he introduced me. He says, can you take Rusty around and show him where the stuff is for washing the buses and everything? He goes, yeah. So I'm talking to this guy. Seemed like a really good dude. So we're talking, and a lot of the stuff we had to get was in like this little cubby. So this guy that I'm with went in there first, and I'm just standing there in the doorway as he's explaining to me what's what, and we're chatting. And as we're talking, this fucking douchebag comes up from behind me, and his name was Don. I don't even remember his last name. I just know his name was Don. And so he starts talking around me to the guy inside there because he was in maintenance too. I'm not paying any attention to it. And this Don looks at me and he goes, oh, what is this, a new guy? And I could tell by the guy who was showing me where the stuff was and everything that even he was annoyed by this Don. He goes, yeah, Don, he's a new driver. He goes, have you given him the initiation yet? And I turned around and I looked at him and I said, initiation? And he just kind of looked back at me. I said, I'll tell you what, motherfucker. I said, why don't you fucking initiate me right now? And so I took a step out towards him. And he goes, well, no. He says, it's just joking around. I said, well, I'm not joking around. I said, don't appreciate that. I don't know what you mean. I said, whatever your initiation is, lay it down. I said, fucking initiate me right here, bitch. And boom, off he went. And of course, things like that never happened in this workplace. So word went around that building. And my boss called me in, and it wasn't even like a reprimand or anything. He said, this is what I heard happen. I said, yeah, that's what happened. I said, if that asshole comes up, I said, and approaches me in that manner again, I said, the same goddamn thing's going to happen again. And Chris goes, okay. So, yeah, I just fucking Don Cesaro says, yeah, he said that. Well, did you give him the initiation yet? Fuck him. I can't stand that type of attitude. Now you guys know why I hate Kabuto so much. I mean, it's not just in in the realm of storytelling. I hate people like that. And it fires me up. And that's why I've always said, like, I have no aliases on the internet. Because anything that I say on the internet, say or do, I'll say to your face. And that's that. So what you see, the bad and the good of me, that's why I've always told you guys. One thing I can guarantee you is I'm being genuine with you. That's me. So when you guys have seen it here. You see me get pissed off and lay into somebody here in the chat. It doesn't matter that it's on the internet. I'll say the same goddamn thing to your face, and I don't care if you're 8 foot tall. I'll say the same thing to your face. It ain't gonna be the first ass beating I ever got. Should have given him your initiation. It was coming to that, Licks. It was coming to that. Gon says, that's pretty good, Gon. Should have pissed on him to further display dominance. That's pretty good. Yeah, you don't want to be like me, Steve. To be honest with you, it's not a good. A lot of times, it's not a good thing. I think my wife and I balance each other out well because of it. Because like that story I told you guys earlier, about what a sweet soul she is. But having me involved in the relationship keeps her from being taken advantage of and stuff, because we all know there's plenty of people in the world that'll find somebody who is sweet and nice, and that's the first thing they want to do is figure out how to leverage that to their advantage, and that ain't gonna fucking happen, not as long as I'm still alive. So I think that part balances out to each other. Hey, Bald Man Milog says, what do you call two kids and two teens being followed by a psychotic pedophile that likes a good fight? The main story of Hunter x Hunter. Pretty much. That's pretty good. 'Twas Don Douche the Third. Oh yeah, it was, and like I say, I was much worse back then than I even am now, Prism. And it was going to get up. I was already looking around to see what I was going to bounce his head off of, but just that dripping with arrogance and stuff. Have you given him the initiation yet? It's like, initiate me, motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Come up talking to somebody like that with that horse shit. Don is watching the stream as we speak. I don't even know if he's still around. As a matter of fact, now this story was me just being a complete dickhead. His father. I knew his father after I met him. I worked part-time. I think I told you guys this because obviously I was driving bus at that company. But then years later, I drove motor coach, the tour buses, on weekends to make extra money while I was working for the city that I retired from. And this Don's father actually worked for that bus company. And he had a twitch. I couldn't stand him either, but I never threatened to kill him or anything. But he had a twitch that he would do while he was talking and stuff. The twitch didn't bother me. I just didn't like the guy. And again, because of the type of person I am, for some reason, he thought I was his buddy, and he used to talk to me all the time. So finally, one day I told him, I said, listen, dude, I said, I don't know where you got the impression that we're friends, but I just don't like you. And to some people say that makes me an asshole. I wasn't saying it to be mean. I was just because I didn't want to be bothered by him anymore. So I just told him, I don't like you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know. You guys have that. Does that make me a dickhead? It might. I don't really care. I think it just makes me honest. I wasn't threatening him. I wasn't being mean to him. I was just telling him, look, I don't like you. Just leave me alone. So anyway, one day we get in, and my friend Ira was the driver there. He's the one that got me the job there. It was early in the morning because bus trips usually leave early. So Ira and I were in there, and we're talking about our trips. I was going to New York. Oh, I remember this. I couldn't tell you. He was going to Boston. And we're talking, and this Don's father, I've forgotten his name, comes up over to us, and he knew better than to talk to me, so he starts talking to Ira. So as he's talking to Ira, he's getting his little thing going like that. And so I joined in the conversation, even though I couldn't stand him, just so every other word I would say, I'd be like, yeah, well, I'm going to New York today. And Ira, he's going over to Boston. I'm doing this right to his face, and either he wasn't catching that I was mocking him, or he just decided it was better not to make an issue of it because he just kept up the conversation. And he was like, okay, gotta go. He left. But the funniest part was my buddy Ira, when I started doing it too, it was like somebody had punched him in the stomach and he was trying to pretend he didn't get punched because he didn't want to see him. He didn't want to overtly laugh at him. So I started going like this, and Ira went, and he's trying not to laugh and trying not to react. But yeah, he was goofy, Chrome. He was really weird, dude. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't his fault that he had that tick, but it annoyed me. I didn't think so, Prison. That's the way I looked at it. He said it's not a dick thing to say if you're not being an asshole about getting across the message. Again, I would tell you guys if I was being a dick. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I just didn't want him to keep bothering me. He was under the impression we were buddies or something. His stories were inane. Listening to him talk just irritated me in that hillbilly voice, and so I just said, I don't know why I gave you that impression that I want to chat with you. I don't like you, so let's just go our separate ways. Maybe it could be an asshole thing to do, but to me it's just being honest. Mocking him was completely a dick move, Niall. No question. I'm not asking about that. That was a dick move 100%, absolutely. But the thing before I didn't think was, no, that was a dick move. I told you guys that whole thing, like the incident I had with David Hasselhoff there. That was a complete dick move on my part. I was the asshole. He was actually a good dude, and at least he was legit. He looked like he wanted to fight me, and he didn't have bodyguards around him and stuff. At least he was legit standing up for himself. But I was the one who was a dick. The Don family is a shrine committed to. Yeah, I don't know about a shrine. They might have like some God, what's the word? Voodoo dolls of me or something. Where they got my picture up on their family dartboards or something. Maybe imitating his tick was a dick move. Other than that, not really. Yeah, that was a dick move. No matter that one, I did more to make my more than anything else. Cause I wanted to see what Ira would do, because Ira was like a really decent dude too. And again, his reaction was the best part of it, because that's how it looked to me. Like somebody just punched him in the stomach, but he didn't. He wanted to pretend that he didn't get punched in the stomach. He was trying to choke it down. No, we're gonna be wrapping this stream up soon so we can start on Call of Duty, and then we're gonna go play some of that. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Hinata, Curtis, what is the pedophile's favorite part about Halloween? I'm scared to know. Free delivery. So I painted my laptop black, hoping it would run faster. Now it doesn't work. It was arrested. You guys are brutal. Jeff, yeah, my David Hasselhoff. I think I told the gang here. If you guys remind me, Jeff, I gotta get started on the gaming. If you guys remind me, any stream, you can talk about anything. If you guys want to hear the David Hasselhoff story, I'll tell it to you. And it was just me being a dickhead again. And again, I give all the props to David Hasselhoff. He was a stand-up dude. I mean, I pissed him off, and he wasn't a pussy about it, and he wasn't hiding behind bodyguards. It was almost a fight between me and David Hasselhoff. I am a dick, but a small one. I'm not pleasurable to be around, but I don't hurt either. I like that, Milog. I should have shown that dude what wrestling initiation is like. 6'9", 300-pound dudes. Yeah, he was just an asshole. I mean, and the guy that Don was just so clearly an asshole. But again, you immediately. I'm not the only one. I'm sure you guys all see it too. You can see the way people interact, and even this other maintenance guy, the one that was helping me out, you could tell he didn't like him either. I could tell immediately from when that Don came up on us. He just seemed disgusted by the fact that he was there. I just show the laptop a job certificate or child support forms, and it'll run like Usain Bolt. You guys are rough. Kingdom Hearts, aka that. Yeah, pretty much, Prism. What are your thoughts on Alex Jones being banned? Don't like Alex Jones. Don't like him being banned even more. Listen, the guy's a fucking Fruit Loop as far as I'm concerned, and I find, personally, I think it's offensive the things that he says about, Sandy Hook and things of that nature, and all these conspiracy theorists with these red herrings and all this horse shit. However, I think, and I know it's a private company, but if you're going to be a private company that provides people of all ideologies a platform, then you can't get over sensitive about the ones you don't like. That's how I look at it. I'm a dick. Nothing. I'm just a dick, Gon says. Yeah, Lex. And again, I'm not a fan of silencing people. Now, if he had been saying, okay, this is the group I don't like, we should all go kick their asses. Yep, shut them the fuck up. But just peddling conspiracy theories and stuff, no, I don't think so. Curtis has so many enemies that are all forming a league of villains to destroy Curtis and his YouTube channel. You know what, mate? It's funny you say that, Brother E. One of my favorite things to watch, and I never say it because I don't want to ruin there's only a few of us in here. Don't want to ruin the curve. A lot of people don't realize that to this day, the thumbs up, thumbs down thing on a YouTube video, as far as health for your channel, YouTube doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't differentiate between thumbs up and thumbs down. They just want people interacting with your content. So if you give it a thumbs down, YouTube knows. They don't know if they're giving a thumbs down to the video you've promoted or what's the content of it. Maybe you're talking about something controversial and a thumbs down is actually encouraging that they gave it. So in other words, there's no difference between those. The only way a thumbs down hurts you is if something has lots of them, maybe somebody won't watch it that otherwise would have. That being said, every time I have to really, really rip into someone hard on the channel over something, and again, that's me, and I let them have it, it's fun to watch the automatic thumbs downs that go up. I'm so fucked up, I think that's actually funny. Because there was a time where, like on the Naruto vids, we'd have like 3 or 4 automatics. Then I'd rip on some more people and go to 4. Then I'd rip on some more people and go to 5 or 6. So it's like, you guys, it's so funny that you guys are so angry that you stayed subscribed to the channel, because you're obviously getting notifications even when the rest of us can't, just to come in and give it thumbs down, which you don't even realize actually adds to the health of the video. Oh, Wolverine says, rough, try a 3-way with 2 epileptics. Aha, somebody get something bitten off in there. Oh, you guys are funny. I did the Reese's Puff dance from iDubbbz on stage while shouting the words during my middle school graduation last year. Nice, Sam. I would have laughed at that. You been on Top Chat? It's a good thing I have you guys watching for me, because a few times I've left it on there. If it weren't for you guys watching, I would have left it on there. Actually, another stream's coming right up, Rising. Okay, guys, let's pack this one up so we can go play some games. What time is it? Oh, I was on here a long time. Holy fuck. We're going to go play. This stream's going to stop, and then a new one will start. So you might... Oh, if you guys are waiting for it here, you might have to refresh the page, don't forget. We're going to play some Call of Duty, and then we'll stop that one, start another, and we're going to play some Kingdom Hearts. So, we'll flashly bang, absolutely. Yeah, let me see if I can... The only thing is, I got to see... to troll them, I got to use my headset, and the audio was shit on it yesterday. So let me see what I can work out with that. But at some point, we'll definitely be trolling the kids on COD. But I'm afraid if I plug that in right now, the audio will be shit for you guys. I might have to get a better headset for this PS4. But we can give it a shot. But thank you guys for this stream. This was fun. If you got time and you want to, come watch the gaming streams, because I'm dying to play games. I don't want to play them without you guys. So Call of Duty coming right up. Again, don't count on a notification if you want to watch it. Just keep refreshing. It'll take me a few minutes because I got to transfer some things over to the PS4, and I want to hang the green screen because it makes it easier to put myself in the shot. Got to hang the green screen, transfer some stuff over. Give me a few minutes. We'll start that one, and until we meet again, which will be very soon. But still, pamfu. Get some sticky stuff on me. We'll bang, okay? Flashily like Buggy, and always, goosh. Never forget to goosh. Goosh.